ladies and gentlemen, we have gotten an ELO in this season of GBL, so I'll be going over that at the end of the video. But another thing that also happened this week was I finally found a Typhlosion team that worked. So if you've been watching some of the videos, I've said I've tried Typhlosion and it was just awful, and I did awful. But some of that goes with the team building, which makes a lot of sense. That's like 90% of GBL basically, after you get all the mechanics down, right? So then it's just coming up with teams. But I was using the shadow one at first when I was losing a few days ago, basically. But now I'm using the regular one, and I think it has a lot more bulk to hold up, and we have the Incinerate is obviously the buff to the, or not the buff to this, yeah. This one now has Thunder Punch, which can give it some extra play against some water types, since it's a fire type, and then as well as some flying types, just extra coverage, just generally. And then if Blast Burn is resisted, you can throw the Thunder Punch into things, but even so, Blast Burn is just so strong that sometimes it's just good enough on its own. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get into the video. The team is Typhlosion with Vigoroth, Safe Swap, and I think it's Shadow Quagsire. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. But first, if you haven't, definitely hit the subscribe button. And if you think you're subscribed, just make sure to double check and see that you are. And if you aren't, definitely hit again or for the first time. All right, let's get into it. All right, first of all, we got a new and improved background. Thank you, Sadie Poo. He's an artist. You should check him out on Twitter. I'll post it in the description below. And yeah, we're going to go ahead and get into this games. And yeah, everything looks good. Let's go. All right, Shadow Pidgeot lead, which, spoilers in the future, we have a Shadow Pidgeot team. All right. They switch into Quagsire. I switch right away into Vigoroth. You definitely don't want to go into the mirror when you're already down energy. That's just a disastrous scenario. I guess they would take a little bit of damage. I'm very surprised that this guy went for the Stone Edge. I feel like Aqua Tail's better, but it does allow more counters to come through and more chances to get to the Body Slam. I decided I'm going to shield here, and then I'm going to really hope that I can KO this in 4, basically. 3, 4, I do not. So we're going to go for CMP. I do win CMP as Vigoroth against the Quagsire. And then they end up shielding, and then I have to make a decision whether or not I want to shield. I decided to let it go since Pidgeot's... I'm good against Pidgeot either way, and I think I can get an extra Incinerate in through here. So now I'm really getting close to the Blast Burn, and they do come in with the Swampert, so I'm just going to throw Blast Burn. Both are resisted, so if both are resisted, Blast Burn is much better damage per energy. And we do get the shield. They switch into Pidgeot, but we're Mud Shot ahead. So instead of CMPing, instead of charge move priority tying on this move, we're actually going to get there one early, and it does one shot, which is nice. And then we have to really worry about the pacing, I guess, here of the Swampert. It does do a lot more damage to us with the Hydro Cannons, and I don't know if I survive one, so I'm going to go ahead and just take the risk. And I think I actually just don't. But it's fine. We have the shield, and we're going to get to this Thunder Punch anyways. Yeah, we just shield up. We Thunder Punch. We win. GG. So double water in the back. Pretty tough for us and a neutral lead. So this is one of a neutrally tough matchup for Typhlosion. Charge-a-Bug. Obviously, this is good for us. I do get an extra Incinerate in there, so I decided I'm just going to go for the farm down. This is almost for sure discharge since we do resist the X-Scissor, and then they come in with Cordilli, so this is neutral damage with the Blast Burn, so I decided to throw the Blast Burn, and then I'm going to throw another one just to see if I can get the KO. If they do end up shielding, I'll probably switch into Vigoroth here and just counter down, and not really be too worried, especially since we sneak a counter in here. They throw on non-optimal timing. They could have definitely got another Bully Seed in, even if I stayed in with the Typhlosion. Nothing was going to be at risk. But then they come in with Poliwrath. This is like worst case scenario. I go up to double Body Slam. I'm going to throw back to back, but it's not going to be enough to KO a non-shadow Poliwrath. But I mean, we did get a shield, which is nice. The thing is, neither of our Mon really want to see this, but we have a lot of HP on both as well. They have a lot of energy, so I'll probably just end up coming in with Quagsire. It's able to stand a punch more than Typhlosion, obviously. And I just want to get to a move here. We end up going for CMP. This is awful, but it is an Icy Wind, which I should be able to survive anyways. Now that we're 2 times debuffed and they resist this move, probably they're gonna end up surviving this, and I'm gonna switch and try to get like a farm down here. And they obviously just threw twice, so they're gonna be out of energy, which is pretty nice. They end up coming with a Charge Bug. I just throw kind of right away, but I have a little bit of excess energy. I have a shield. I'm kind of oh, that was the last mon. I thought there was another mon in the back. I was like, yeah, I can handle that. Vigoroth's not the best lead for us, I'm going to be honest. So something like Skeledirge in the other video is definitely a lot better against Vigoroth, because they can just throw straight body slam if they wanted to. They end up throwing the Rock Slide, which, I mean, I guess he went for the instant KO instead of a win over time, which is probably what I would have gone for, I guess. It's not really like a bait move, though. Like, I know I say we probably shouldn't be baiting, but I don't really think of that as a bait, more as like, I'm going to secure the win with a farm down, and yeah, I'm going to use a shield, but you're probably going to use a shield anyways. And if you don't, that's fine. I'm going to have a lot of energy on Vigoroth, which is neutral against everything in the back anyways. I go for the max energy here, and if they shield, I can throw twice, and I'll definitely win CMP. They end up not shielding, but I can still throw an Aqua Tail into whatever comes in here. Unfortunately, it is a Dugong. I say unfortunately because we're going to get a resistant move off here, but fortunately we do have a Vigoroth here in the back, which is going to be doing super effective counter damage, and I really don't care too much about getting hit by the Icy Wind here. Even a Drill Run is just going to bring me just below half HP, so I don't care too much about these moves. I think I end up throwing the Rock Slide here, which makes sense because I am reduced in energy, but they do have 2 shields, and they're probably going to shield. And since they shielded once, I decided I know that I have 2 moves on Typhlosion, so I'm going to go back to back, but they ended up surviving this, and this is almost always an Icy Wind, which is horrific for me, but you know what, I'm going to go for Thunder Punch here. If they do shield, I'm going to go for the Blast Burn. I'm not going to be able to get to 2 Blast Burns, which is why I decided to just throw Thunder Punches here, plus I have a lot of HP still on my own Vigoroth, and they actually end up going for the counter down here, which is so smart by them, but I get the counter here, and it might KO. It's basically like it depends on IVs if that KO'd, but I am at the move as well, and they're not at 2 moves, so. Alright, a Charge Bug lead. They switch into Whiscash. I go right into my Vigoroth, and now the one tough part about running Typhlosion or any Incinerate Mon, when I say I switch right to, that's after 5 turns. So yeah, 2.5 seconds later I switch into this, which obviously is going to give an energy advantage to the Mon coming in, so hopefully I have a Mon that can handle whatever's about to happen. And it is fine to lose this matchup as well. That is something I'm not too worried about. So if they decide to shield here, I get a shield advantage. But I have 2 Mon that can beat Charge Bug. So I think it's totally okay to lose the Vigoroth matchup if the lead is Charge Bug. Now the one thing I do have to be careful of is the back Mon probably is not going to be too weak against. And I didn't know I lost CMP here. Makes sense. I shouldn't be playing these types of games. This was actually really bad, though, because now I used a shield. I'm not going to be able to get enough. I'm not going to be able to undercharge this enough to farm down. I go for the Stone Edge here, and then I'm going to go for the Incinerate sort of gotcha type thing. But I guess we're going to see what they end up having here at the end. I decide I'm just going to go 1 shield Typhlosion against this and whatever's in the back. And they end up staying in for a little bit, and I'm like, that's kind of weird. I do have to shield because it could be the discharge, but I want to get a little bit of extra energy. I could go for 2 Incinerates. It feels risky, but I actually thought it would KO, and it doesn't, so I end up going for the Thunder Punch here. But I do still have a lot of energy on Typhlosion, and they had some resistance to... Oh, I remember this game. I showed this to embarrass myself. I get to the Blast Burn here, and I throw the Thunder Punch because I didn't know if I'd get there, and I just throw this game completely. Terrible. Alright, Charge Bug lead into Poliwrath. I don't know what to do right away, so I go straight for the Thunder Punch here, and then the problem is this team is really weak to Poliwrath. You'll see that as you if you play this team, but we can go to the twos here. You lose by just a little bit if they go straight Icy Wind, which they probably should because the counter damage really piles up, and yeah, the Incinerates just start basically doing nothing. But I can always get to this next move, and I think it's worth the shield to go to the twos and then basically farm down with probably Quagsire, since it's the slowest or the least amount of fast attack damage, and I'm just trying to get as much energy as I can out of this, and I end up getting 3 mud shots, which, you know, it's going to be nice. Again, we're good against the Charjabug here. We're kind of okay taking 1x Scissor. The only thing is I hope that the thing in the back is... Well, we have Vigoroth. Vigoroth's kind of good against everything in this cup, right? So I can go for a farm down here. Obviously, they can switch since their switch timer is up. They just want to get that damage in, and then they switch. I go for the Stone Edge, and then I'll switch to the Vigoroth, and basically the counter damage plus a Body Slam and a little bit more counter damage should be enough. I don't think the first Body Slam will KO, but we're also not in any danger of getting KO'd ourselves by something like a Thunderbolt. They're not going to get to 2 moves here, I guess, unless they go for double. No, they're not going to get to 2 moves ever here, so we're good. Even if they go for Surf, I think they die to the next counter. No, they don't. Alright, Ferrothorn, amazing lead. Azumarill, less amazing swap. I don't know exactly what to do here, so I stayed in for the Thunder Punch, and then I think I go Vigoroth. Oh no, I go into Quagsire, okay. But they have a little bit of energy, and this bunny's going to kind of ruin my day. I still have Vigoroth in the back to do stuff. I'll probably go for a shield scenario here if I'm going to guess, because I'm assuming they're going to shield this. Oh, they don't. Ooh, I was going to throw right on 2 there. Now, I'll probably let it go. Come in with Vigoroth to go for like a full farm down. Ooh. Didn't KO. We do get the shield. I'm going to come in Vigoroth and go for this massive farm down. Vigoroth with energy in this cup is insane, and they end up just leaving. Girafarig. I mentioned this in the last video. All of a sudden, a lot of Girafarig. I know Homeslice Henry used Shadow Girafarig in one of his videos, or in one of his streams. I don't know if it was in a video. I assume it was. But, yeah, I've been starting to see a lot of Girafarig, mostly in the front, but some in the back as well. And I've seen 2 or 3 Oranguru, which is interesting as well. Very neutral Mon. Problem is it has Confusion, so I don't think it's that great. Probably going to come in with Typhlosion here, as it's going to be able to do the most damage with Incinerates. I think it's probably 2 Incinerates from getting KO'd. Probably worth spinning a shield here, as it's going to be the last shield being used. In this matchup, I mean, and giving Typhlosion a bit of energy is always a good thing. They end up coming in with the Skeledirge. I throw this just to basically get into Aquatail range. Plus, I'm taking... what's it called? They lowered my defense, so they end up coming in with a what's the thing? Shift Tree. This thing's frail as anything, y'all. So I end up going for the CMP, and I know it's CMP, but I don't want them to throw 2 moves at me, so I'm gonna shield this, and we're basically just gonna get rid of this thing. And I'm not in range of any Shadow Ball shenanigans, I'm pretty sure, so I should be able to get to this Aquatail no matter what. And I also outpace to the Thunder Punch, and I win CMP, so... And I just happen to just be 1 away, so that's nice. I don't take the damage because basically damage registers 1 turn early, and I'm not going to take that, or I can't explain that right now, I guess, but basically I didn't take any damage from that Incinerate because we went in the middle of it instead of towards the end. Alright, Vigoroth lead again. This can be tough. Usually they go Body Slam. This guy went Body Slam. Last guy actually did not go Body Slam. I go for the Thunder Punch bait. And if they don't shield, I'll throw Thunder Punch right away just so they don't get another move off. And these people never shield. I don't know what's up with these Vigoroths. They come in Noctowl. Not a mon I've seen in a few seasons since the Noctowl meta back during Trevenant Metacham times. If you played during that time and remember that. That was about a year ago, I think. Maybe 9 months to a year ago. It is when that meta ended. Can't really go for the body slam here. Noctowl is very bulky. If you play during that time, you know that. So I just go for the move that I know KOs, whereas they would get another move off and then win switch, which I obviously don't want them to win switch. They do come in with a Whiscash, which is okay. He is going to have to throw energy into this Vigoroth, and the counters are, even if he shields this, the counters are adding up. It is a Shadowmon, so I'm just kind of trying to do as much damage as I can. I do have to remember that I lose CMP with Quagsire. I'm definitely going to come in Quagsire here, as it is basically an Aqua Tail range, so since I lose CMP... I think that was my work alarm. Oh, I played these this morning. I was like, did I play this an hour ago? No, I've been watching Three Body Problem on Netflix for the last, 3 hours. So I'm 3 episodes in. It seems very interesting. So that's nice. If you need a recommendation, I guess I recommend it. But I'm only 3 episodes in. It could get terrible for all I know. But it's been very interesting so far, just as an aside, I guess. All right, back to this match. Yeah, they end up farming me all the way down, but I'm out of move, and it kind of looked like we won CMP there, unless they left. Okay, another Azumarill lead, terrible for me. Is the Whiscash Quagsire is it close? Is it based on IVs? Someone let me know in the comments below. I guess I missed time when I'm throwing this, and I end up throwing on CMP, which is terrible. No, I ended up not even throwing at all. Weird. There was some weird timing. I guess they got a 1-turn delay when they came in, something like that. I do have to be wary of the Azumarill in the back. Obviously, that can be a problem. I do end up winning this matchup unless they want to shield, which would be perfect for me. I absolutely would love it if they shield. Now we have an advantage. Hopefully, I know I can come in and get 1 Incinerate through. I'm going to let it hit me since I'm more afraid of possible Azumarill stuff. And I'm just trying to get this Typhlosion into a very, very back matchup with Azumarill in the very back. And hopefully I have some sort of energy advantage at that point. I'm going to go ahead and go down to shield parity here. Use this to try to get some sort of lead or win over what's coming in. And it's a Ringaroo, the mon I was talking about just a little bit ago. I've seen this 3 times at least. And they showed the first one, so I decided to go for the Stone Edge on the second one since it does more damage. And it hits. But I'm going to die here. Oh, it has Trailblaze, actually, if I remember right. Which I didn't even know it had that. So the confusion's going to be doing a lot here, but luckily we're only 1 away from this. You do want to throw after every 1 Incinerate. That'll give you best timing, as your Incinerate is a 5-turn move, Bubble is a 3-turn move, 2 3-turn moves is 6 turns, so 5 is right under that. So if you want to be as efficient as possible, you're going to be wanting to be throwing after every 1 Incinerate. Now, this guy, I think, quit just a little too early here. It did feel like, let me go back to this. It did feel like they maybe could have farmed me down here. But the reason I don't throw on good timing is because I want to go for a back-to-back, knowing that they're out of energy, and this being my last sort of chance to get there. I don't know. It was close. I don't think I would have forfeited if I was them. I would have at least just played it out, seen how it went. But, yeah, that's my ELO. Oh, I should have been prepared for this. I was going to show my ELO on stream here. I say on stream, I'm not streaming. On this video. I think I'm at 21 something. I think I started 20... Okay, I'm 2060. This was a good way to do it. Oh, it actually was good here. 2060. I've got basically a 60% win rate. Actually, I have exactly... No, I think I had 60% win rate, and then I played some more games. I must be at probably just under. So 60 would have been 120 out of 200. We're at 128 out of 216, so it's 50% on the 16 games after the 200. So I'm probably sitting about 58, 59% win rate. Probably 58. Yeah, I've played a lot of terrible teams. I'll tell you that much right now. A lot of the teams that you'll never see on this stream because they were not good teams. I'm trying to show just the best teams that I have. But I'm at 2060 right now. I think that my starting ELO was 20 62, I feel like. That seems to ring a bell. But yeah, thanks for watching. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you haven't, definitely hit the subscribe button, and I will see you in the next one. Hey, thank you for watching the video, and if you want to continue to support me, definitely click that subscribe button. You'll see any content coming out, and if you want another video on this same league for some more tips and tricks to other teams, check that video out right there, and I'll see you in the next one.